Yelling feels effective. It stops the chaos instantly. It feels like control, but neuroscience tells us a different story. It's not teaching respect. It's rewiring your child's brain for survival, not connection. And the cost is higher than you think. When you yell, you activate their amygdala, the fear center. At the same time, their prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for learning and logic, goes offline. They physically cannot learn while they are afraid. They are biologically incapable of processing your lesson. You aren't a parent teaching a lesson anymore. To their nervous system, you have become a threat. And the brain has only 3 responses to a threat: fight, flight, or freeze. If they freeze, it looks like listening, but it's actually trauma response. It's not just wiring, it's chemistry. Yelling floods their body with cortisol, the stress hormone. Chronic exposure to high cortisol can actually shrink the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and emotional regulation. If this happens often, children develop hypervigilance. They stop listening to your words and start obsessively watching your moods. They walk on eggshells to stay safe. They become experts at reading you, not managing themselves. Now, let's be real. You don't yell because you're a bad parent. You yell because you are human, exhausted, and sensory overloaded. It's your own nervous system crying out for help. We parent how we were parented until we choose to stop. I remember a specific Tuesday. The sensory load was high. The TV was on, dinner was burning, and Kai was running near the street. I didn't just speak. I exploded. "Stop!" I screamed. He froze instantly. It worked. I felt a rush of relief and power. I thought I had parented well. But that night the cost became clear. He flinched when I went to tuck him in. The trust was fractured. I saw it in his eyes. I realized I hadn't taught him safety. I had taught him fear. And fear creates distance, not discipline. I knew I had to change. Not just for him, but for me. I didn't want to be the source of his anxiety. So I tried a new approach. The sit down. The next time chaos erupted, instead of towering over him, I sat on the floor. Immediately, I was no longer a threat. I was a safe harbor. His shoulders dropped. He listened. The power dynamic shifted from power over to power with. I know what you're thinking. If I don't yell, they will walk all over me. That is a myth. Calm is not permissive. Calm is controlled. Yelling is actually weak authority. It shows you have lost control. Calm is strong authority. This is called co-regulation. Humans have mirror neurons. If you are chaotic, they mirror chaos. If you are steady, they borrow your calm to regulate themselves. You are the thermostat, not the thermometer. But you can't co-regulate if you are dysregulated. So tool 1 is for you. The grounding technique. Name 5 things you see, 4 you feel, 3 you hear. Get back into your body before you engage with theirs. Tool 2, the 10-second pause. Before you correct, pause. Take a breath. Remind your brain this is not an emergency. Silence is louder than yelling. Tool 3, the whisper method. As I mentioned before, children tune out yelling, but they lean in for a whisper. It triggers curiosity instead of defense. It demands attention without demanding fear. Tool 4, the repair. You will mess up. When you do, apologize. Say, "I lost my cool. I'm sorry. Let's try again." This teaches them accountability better than perfection ever could. It heals the fracture. Long-term authority is built on trust, not volume. When you trade fear for connection, you don't just get better behavior. You get a child who feels safe enough to grow. And you get to go to bed knowing you were the parent they needed. If you want to build that trust, subscribe for more science-based tools. And remember, you deserve pizza tonight. Science agrees.